Hey, this is Walk with Him. I'm so glad that you tuned in again. What do we do when we reach overload? Everybody has a limit. Everybody can reach a point where they think, I just can't go on anymore. There's too many tasks. There's too many responsibilities. The disappointment is too great. The responsibility is overwhelming. Whatever the situation is, we just don't think we can take it anymore. Matter of fact, we may have said, I just don't believe I can take this anymore. I'm done. I can't go another day. I can't do another step. I'm just finished. I have nothing left to give. What do we do when we reach overload? As the Bible calls it, wit's end. Everybody's been there. Some of us live on Wit's End Avenue or Wit's End Corner. Well, a great place to go in the Bible when we feel this way is Numbers chapter number 11. In the book of Numbers, chapter 11, Moses has just listened to the children of Israel whine and complain continually. They're saying things like this: it would have been better if you would have left us in Egypt. You brought us out to this wilderness to die. At least in Egypt we had things to eat. And we had cucumbers and we had melons, and now you brought us out here. We don't have any water. Moses, you're trying to kill us. Who do you think you are? Now wait a minute. Moses didn't sign up for this. Moses didn't ask for this. Moses didn't volunteer. Moses was called of God. Moses had a burning bush experience. Moses had nothing in this other than it's what God wanted him to do. He wasn't making a ton of money from it. He wasn't winning a popularity contest. He wasn't going to get an award for the prophet or deliverer of the year when this was all over. The only thing he had to gain was obeying God. As a matter of fact, he tried to get out of it, but he couldn't. God wouldn't let him. And Moses begins to talk to the Lord, and he begins to explain to him, what am I supposed to do with these people? These aren't my kids. How am I supposed to take care of a multitude, and I'm paraphrasing here, of spoiled brats? God, what am I supposed to do? Listen to what he says in Numbers chapter number 11 and verse number 13. Whence should I have flesh to give unto all these people? For they weep unto me, saying, give us flesh that we may eat. Listen to verse 14. I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of my hand. If I have found favor in thy sight, let me not see my wretchedness. Moses is saying, God, do me a favor. Just put me out of my misery. God, I'm in over my head. I don't know what to do. I can't take it anymore. I'm at wit's end. I'm overloaded. White flag. I surrender. I give up. What do I do now, God? So here's the question. What do we do when we reach our overload? Well, I want to use this story just to give you three things ever so quickly. Number one, talk to God. The very first thing Moses did, he told God how he felt. Didn't go tell somebody else. Didn't sit and have a pity party by himself. He had a little bit of pity party, but God was invited. Talk to God. Tell God how you feel. You say, I don't think I could tell God how I feel. It almost sounds like I'm attacking or sacrilegious or if that's how He already knows anyway. You might as well admit it. You might as well acknowledge your emotions and your overwhelmed feelings. Tell Him. So step number one is talk to God. The Bible says in 1 Peter 5:7, cast all your care upon Him, for He careth for you. That means tell God about it. Remember the little song, Just a Little Talk with Jesus makes it right? Talk with God. If you're not willing to talk with God when you're overloaded, you're going to stay overloaded. Number two, after we talk to God, take from God. Take. God had mercies for Moses in this moment. Verse number 16, the Lord said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of elders of Israel, from whom thou knowest to be elders of the people and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. I will come down and talk with thee there. You know what God did when Moses told him how he felt? He didn't scold Moses. He didn't say, I can't believe this. Why? God knew where Moses was at. God knew where Moses' heart was at. God knew Moses was in over his head. So God said, I want to help you. After you talk to God, take of the mercies. I don't know what it is, but the Bible says His mercies are new every morning. And we can find grace in a very present help. We can come boldly to the throne of grace, that we can find what we need in that moment, the Bible teaches us. So what do? I'm overwhelmed. Talk to God. Number 2, take from God. What do I take? His mercies, His grace, His newness. They're there every morning. I don't know how it is for you, but I promise He'll have something for you. Number 3, after you talk to God, after you take from God, trust in God. Verse 25, same chapter, the Bible says, "And the Lord came down in a cloud and spake unto him, and took of the Spirit that was upon him, and gave it to the 70 elders, that when the Spirit rested upon them and prophesied, they did not cease." You read the rest of the verses, you know what happened? Moses went out. He continued doing. He said, "God, I'm going to trust you. I'm in over my head. I'm overwhelmed." Number 1, talk to God. Tell Him about it. Number 2, trust God. Number 2 was take from God. Take the mercies, take the grace. He has it for you. If we'll be humble enough to ask for it and receive it, He's got what we need. Number 3, trust in Him. He is enough. His plan will always work. There is a way out when you feel overwhelmed. Well, I hope that you enjoy your day, and as you walk through your day, walk hand in hand with Jesus Christ.